Bonjour, my name is Faisal Yusuf. I grew up in Pakistan, but I have lived all over the world in Sudan, in New York, in Germany, in Sweden, and I have been in Geneva for the last 1 year. I'm working with the United Nations World Health Organization. It's the specialized agency of the UN, working on the international health agenda and international health cooperation. I'm working in the Emergency and Humanitarian Response Department of WHO. WHO have different departments, but I am based in the department which works mostly on the emergencies and humanitarian response. WHO, as you might know, works in around 30 emergencies worldwide every year. So I'm working in a department which supports WHO's colleagues and staff who are working in the countries, around 30 countries worldwide, on emergency issues. And what it means is that during emergencies, health systems are disrupted, people are displaced, people have special health needs. Some people are living in camps, some are living in other countries even. So there's a lot of health issues as a consequence of emergencies and disasters. So my department helps governments and on the ground in different countries and working with partners to offer support to people who need health, emergency health assistance during crises and disasters. I studied international relations. I joined my university in Pakistan without knowing why I'm going to study international relations. But in my first semester, I had a course on the United Nations, and that's when I felt, oh, I'm in a right course, in a right place. So I think the idealism of the UN, the values of the UN was something which really inspired me to, or motivated me to consider UN as a profession, and that's where it started from education. The values of the UN, I think it's something I personally relate to. Based on my experience, I would say there are three skills I would list. One of them is teamwork, including interpersonal skills. Number two is, to me, good writing skills and analytical skills. And thirdly, I would say data analysis. I think this is something something I can see in the future. There's so much data and information, and I think and the people who are aspiring to work for the profession like what I do, I think data analysis skills in the future will be very important. In terms of positive, I think it's the outcome of the work I do, the results. I can see, because since I work in emergencies and humanitarian response settings, so the results are captured very regularly. There are quarterly reviews, there are annual reports, so you can see at the end of the year, as a consequence of my contribution, what are the results in terms of how many children vaccinated, how many medicines were procured in different countries. So I think for me, the positive aspect is satisfaction, which comes from my work. I think one negative would be, I would say, I think it's very generic, but I think it's indeed a stressful job because I'm working. Emergency settings require you to be able to respond to new needs on like every hour, So I can come to work and have a totally new set of tasks ahead of me. I have been in WHO for 1 year. And I've been closely following two crises, actually three humanitarian crises. One was Nepal, Syria, and Yemen. Especially Syria, I think is very, very, the project or our work in Syria is something I'm really, really proud of because of our colleagues there who are actually in the country. We have around 80 colleagues working in Syria right now. And just this year they have vaccinated I have the numbers here. More than 3 million children, together with Partners Against Polio and Measles, In Yemen, for example, my colleagues have distributed 200 metric tons of medicines this year. So I think these are the places where I can see, how the contribution I make to support my colleagues can help people who have very serious, health needs. I think Geneva to me is a city with a mission, a city with values, and the mission and value about contributing to making this world a better place. So I think it's a city with a deep sense of mission to contribute to the global peace and development. And you can see here in so many ways, even colleagues you meet and friends you have here, everybody is working from that perspective. And I think the city helps, in terms of bringing that all together. I will say 4 things. First, number 1 is to plan for your career. It's good to know what you want to do, where you want to be in the future. So pursue your passion and plan for it. Number 2, be flexible, for opportunities. And number 3, work hard. And number 4, again, work hard.